there, beautiful people. It is another Friday. Once again, my favorite day of the week. You already know that. And it is Shani, your little big sis. And welcome back to Always Keep the Faith Fridays, where I hope to give you an encouraging nugget, a word, a little bit of motivation going from your week work, your week work. See, that's why I need this Friday. From your work week going into the weekend. And today will be no different. Now, as I mentioned before, I love a podcast. And one of my favorite podcasts that I've been listening to lately is Michelle Williams' podcast, Checking In, which she started during the pandemic. And she essentially just checks in with different people, whether it be celebrities, whether it be some of her friends, people in the industry that she admires, and talks to them about everything from mental health to their expertise, and allows them to kind of give their story or just share something that can help the people. Well, on one of her podcasts recently, she had a guest, Markuann Smith, who is the executive producer and an actor in the Netflix hit Godfather of Harlem. And one of the things that I loved when I was listening to him is he kind of shared this life, I guess, concept that he kind of picked up on, which is you can either chase your pension in life or you can chase your passion in life. And when I heard that, I was like, yep. Spot on, because when I decided to make my pivot to Shani Speaks Now, yes, I got a little jazzy jacket for my birthday, y'all. But when I made that pivot, that's exactly what I had to kind of question myself. Am I going to continue to be in this corporate bubble? Nothing wrong with that, because obviously, there's certain people that they thrive in that, and that is something that they love and they'll take it all the way to the top. Or do I want to chase my passions and being a creative and being someone who's always wanted to be able to kind of be a free spirit, yet take all that energy and organize myself and doing something creatively? That's a huge decision that I had to make. And one of the things that he mentioned on the podcast is he said, essentially chasing either one of them, there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends on what it is that you are looking to do. For him, it was chasing his passion. And what a lot of people don't know, and what I didn't know until I actually got a chance to hear the interview, is that it actually took him 18 years from the time that he decided to executive produce the show to actually get it on the table and to get someone to actually pick it up and want to go ahead and produce it. But he was determined, and he just talked about the fact that, choosing your passion doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be easy. It's still going to be a lot of hard work, but if it's really what you've decided to do, then you got to go for it and go for it full forward. And for some people, it's their pension. I know that for our generations, from my parents' generations and generations before, it was all about get a good job, stick with that good job, ride it out for, 20, 25, 30, 40 years, get your pension and, retire and live life. And there's nothing wrong with that. And for a lot of people, that's something that they still ascribe to. But it's just a matter of which one it is that you want to choose. I know for me, there was a time when I was chasing a pension. I thought that, I always knew that I had creative love and I wanted to do television, but it just wasn't happening for me. And I got to a point where I said, all right, Shani, you're getting older, you need to make money, you need to be stable, you need to get a home, you need to provide for yourself, you need to be independent, all the things. And that's when I, got a position where I was working in property management and was starting to kind of climb that ladder. But I don't think I ever really allowed myself to climb the ladder the way that I probably could have or should have, or even the way that some of my supervisors would have wanted me to, because I knew that the creative person in me always had other things I wanted to do. And I was simultaneously doing them all at one time, working in corporate America and still on the weekends traveling to events or award shows and covering things or writing or, creating YouTube shows. And it wasn't until May of 2020 when everything took place with George Floyd, as crazy as it is, that I realized that I had to make a pivot. And I realized that we were in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody was shut in. We had this, racial injustice going on. So much in the world that we just weren't able to understand, and still in some ways aren't able to understand. And I just remember thinking to myself, all right, God, I really want to do what I believe you've called me to do and what my purpose is in life. And where I am right now at this job and this position is not it. I'm not happy. I don't feel like I'm thriving. I'm not being the best that I can be. But if you give me the opportunity to do what it is that I believe you called me to do, I promise I'll put as much as I can into it. I'll invest in it. I'll move forward. I'll put myself out there. I'll do it scared, even if I don't know what I'm doing. And, you know, I just pray that you'll make it happen. And literally, I just saw in 2020, God just put so many different opportunities in my way and allowed me to be able to get to the point where I felt comfortable being able to leave. And I switched and pivoted from chasing that pension to now chasing that passion, and just trusting that God is going to allow that thing to do something for me. And I don't know where you all may be in this. Some of you may be chasing pensions. Some of you may be chasing passion. Some of you may be doing both and simultaneously. And some of you may be having to make the hard decision of, are you going to leave that passion alone and chase that pension because that corporate position is really what's going to allow you to move forward further, and maybe that's something that's become a passion for you? Or are you going to let that go and move forward into the next thing? Wherever you are, I pray that if it's a decision that you're having to make in this day and time, that you're able to make the right decision for you, for your lifestyle, for your family, for your overall career, and more than anything, for your purpose in life. Because I really believe that if you aren't doing what you're purposed to do, that life is still bearable, but I don't think it's as much fun, and I don't think you get as much excitement out of it as you could. And even though I'm not where I want to be yet in my passions, just having the opportunity to know that I can pursue it, that I have the support around me from my husband, my family, great friends, is a blessing. And I know that not everyone has the opportunity to do that, and I'm grateful that God has allowed me to put my word and my actions forward, and to really pursue that in the way that he would have me to do. So, what's this week's faith fact? This week's faith fact is, no matter whether you chase that pension or you chase your passion, make sure whatever it is what's true to you and true to yourself. And if you are someone who believes in God, that you really ask for that guidance to know, all right, what's the next move? What's this next step that I can make to be sure that I'm living the life that you really called me to live? Because no matter how much money you make, no matter how many material things you may be able to buy and possess, if you are climbing that corporate ladder and that's not where you're supposed to be, it's not going to feel good. And if you are chasing a passion but fleetingly, it's also not going to feel good. So make your choice. Figure out which one it's going to be, and just know that when you make the choice that's right for you, you'll know it, because you'll have a peace that surpasses all understanding. And I know that sounds very churchy, but it's true, okay? It's true. Anyways, that is all that I have for you for this week's Always Keep the Faith Friday. As always, be blessed, be encouraged, and always keep the faith and let the Lord fight your battles, because you know that's the motto that we have here, all right? That's what I believe in. That's what I do. But that is it for this Friday. I hope that you will have an amazing, amazing weekend. And until next time, people, I'll see you. Take care. Love y'all. Peace.
Want to get a dose of motivation every Friday? Well, hit that notification button to subscribe so you never miss out. And feel free to share the encouragement with a friend. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at Shani Speaks Now, and keep the good vibes going week long. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next Friday.
I did that in one take. I ever did that in... What am I saying? I can't. Apparently I can't clap and rap and stamp at the same time. My hand-eye coordination is just... Forget it. Forget it.